Welcome to the Hustle Report by Profit Duel, the podcast that delves into the side hustles that could make you money. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a venture that honestly promises quite a bit. Flexibility, decent earning potential, selling insurance as a side hustle. When we look for side hustles, we're always hunting for those hidden gems, right? And this one, selling insurance, it really caught our eye. It seems like a unique path to, boost your earnings. Could be for stay-at-home parents, college students, maybe just someone looking to add to their full-time pay. So our mission today for you is to really unpack how this works. What does it actually offer? And importantly, what should you think about before jumping in?
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, I think, is how this side hustle connects directly to helping people, like really helping them protect their financial well-being. It's not just pushing a product, it's providing a service that people genuinely need. And that often adds, a layer of satisfaction that maybe you don't get from other side gigs. We're going to get into the practical stuff, getting started, understanding the market, all that.
Okay, let's unpack that. Selling insurance on the side. What does that actually mean day to day or maybe hour to hour for a side hustler?
Right. So fundamentally, as an insurance agent, your main role is selling policies to individuals, sometimes businesses. But it's more than just like closing a deal. It involves really understanding what clients need. What are their risks? What are they trying to protect? Then you've got to clearly explain the different policy options, life, health, auto, home, whatever it might be, and then guide them to choose the coverage that actually fits their situation, their budget. Now, you can do this in a couple of ways. You could work for just one specific insurance company. They call that being a captive agent.
Okay.
Or you can act as an independent agent or a broker. That means you represent multiple insurers.
Oh.
And that usually offers more flexibility, especially for a side hustle in terms of the products you can offer.
That difference, captive versus independent, seems pretty key for someone doing this part-time. Being independent sounds like more freedom, maybe, but does it mean more work up front?
That's exactly right. More freedom, but also more responsibility.
Mm.
A captive agent gets training, maybe leads, support from that one company. It can be a smoother start.
Yeah.
An independent agent, you have that flexibility. Yeah, you can offer lots of different products from different companies, which is great for the client. But you're pretty much responsible for your own training, your own marketing, finding your own leads. You're basically running a small business.
Right, from day one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it takes more self-starting energy, more initiative, but that's also where the bigger long-term potential often lies, building your own business.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for you listening. The benefits seem pretty compelling. The first one that jumps out is that flexible schedule. Tell us more about that. How flexible is flexible?
Oh, the flexibility it's a huge draw.
Yeah.
It really is. Unlike a 9 to 5, you can genuinely work when it suits you. Evenings, weekends, maybe during your lunch break from your main job. You could potentially schedule client calls after the kids are in bed or meet someone on a Saturday morning. So it raises a good question for you. How much control do you really want over your work hours? And maybe more importantly, how disciplined are you?
Yeah, that's the flip side, isn't it?
Absolutely, because that flexibility requires serious self-discipline. You got to set your own goals, manage your time, chase leads without someone telling you to.
How do successful side hustlers manage that? Do they have set hours even within that flexibility?
Many do, yeah. They might block out, say, Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings specifically for their insurance work. They often use tools like a CRM system to keep track of everything. They treat it like a real business, just on a part-time schedule.
Gotcha. Okay, so discipline is key. Then there's the earning potential. It's described as unlimited. That sounds ambitious for a side hustle. How does that work?
Well, unlimited might sound like hype, but in insurance, it's kind of true in principle. Your income is directly tied to your sales. The more policies you sell, the more commission you earn. Plus, there are often bonuses. But the really powerful part, especially in things like life and sometimes health insurance, is renewals.
Renewals?
Yeah, residual income. You get paid the first year someone buys a policy, right? That's the main commission. But you also often get a smaller commission each year they keep the policy, as long as it's in force.
Oh, wow.
So over time, as you build a client base, those renewals start stacking up, becomes this stream of income from work you did in the past.
That's huge. That's very different from most side gigs where you trade time for money each time.
Exactly. That's the potential game changer. Your past efforts keep paying you. So you could realistically, after a year or two, be making several hundred, maybe even a few $1,000s a month part-time, and it can grow from there.
Okay, beyond the money, which is obviously a big draw, you mentioned helping others. How significant is that aspect?
it can be really significant. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. You're not selling like the latest gadget. You're providing something that gives people real financial protection, peace of mind, helping a family get life insurance so their kids are protected if something happens, or helping a business owner avoid ruin with the right liability coverage.
Yeah, I can see that.
It gives clients genuine peace of mind. And being the person who helped them get that, it can feel really good. It changes the job from just sales to being like a trusted advisor.
That makes sense. Okay, and what about getting started? Is it expensive? Lots of side hustles need inventory or equipment.
That's another attractive thing. The startup costs are relatively low compared to many businesses anyway. Your main costs are usually getting your state insurance license. That involves pre-licensing courses, exam fees, the license fee itself.
How much are we talking, roughly?
Depends on the state, but often you're looking at maybe a few $100s total, perhaps up to, say, $500 to $1,000, all in for education, exams, and initial fees. Much less than starting like a food truck or something.
Definitely. And maybe some basic marketing stuff, business cards.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a simple website or some online ads eventually. But you can often start lean using your existing network.
Okay. And finally, you mentioned career advancement, even doing this on the side.
Yes, absolutely. Success breeds opportunity here. As you build experience and a client base, even part-time, you could potentially move into higher roles within an agency if you wanted, maybe mentoring newer agents. Or, if you're really entrepreneurial, that side hustle experience could be the launching pad to start your own independent agency later on. Full control, full potential.
Okay, so there are definitely some compelling upsides. Flexibility, potential for good income, helping people, low startup. But like any venture, there have to be challenges, right? Let's make sure you, the listener, get the full picture. What's the other side of the coin?
Absolutely. And the first big one ties back to that income. Are you truly comfortable with commission only or mostly commission income? It fluctuates. Some months might be great, others less so, especially when you're starting out.
So no steady paycheck like a regular job.
Exactly. It requires persistence. You need a bit of a financial cushion maybe, and you need to be constantly working your pipeline. Consistency is crucial.
Okay, that's a big one. What about the admin side? Is it all just talking to clients and making sales?
Not at all. There's a significant administrative burden. First, getting licensed is just the start. You have to stay compliant with all the industry regulations. That means ongoing education, taking courses every couple of years to keep your license active.
Ah, okay. CE credits, right?
Right, continuing education. Plus, there's paperwork for applications, keeping client records, following up meticulously, sometimes helping with claims questions. It's not just sales, it's running a mini operation. You have to dedicate time to those back-end tasks, too.
That sounds like it could eat into your flexible hours quite a bit.
It definitely can. You have to factor that admin time in.
And the sales part itself, it can't always be easy, right? Dealing with rejection, competition.
Yeah, definitely not easy. Rejection is just part of sales. You'll hear
Oh.
no a lot more than yes. You need resilience, a thick skin.
You can't take it personally.
Exactly. And yes, it's a competitive market, lots of agents out there. So you need to figure out how to stand out. Maybe you specialize in a certain niche, like insurance for freelancers, or maybe you're just really good at building trust and explaining complex things simply. You need an edge.
Makes sense. So we talked about unlimited potential, but let's get a bit more real. For someone putting in, say, 10, 15 hours a week alongside another job, what's a realistic income expectation in the first year or two?
Okay, realistic expectations. It varies widely, like we said. Depends on the products, your effort, your network. But for someone diligently working those 10, 15 hours a week, in the first year, maybe aiming for an extra $500 to perhaps $2,000 a month is achievable for many who stick with it.
Okay, that's a significant side income.
It is. And then, as those renewals start kicking in, year 2, year 3, that could potentially double or more. You might see successful part-timers hitting $3,000, $4,000, even to $5,000 plus a month as their book of business matures. But again, it's heavily commission-based. It depends entirely on your success in selling and retaining clients. There's no base salary guarantee here, usually.
Right. It's directly tied to performance. Okay, this sounds like a serious path, but potentially very rewarding for the right person. So for someone listening who's thinking, okay, I'm intrigued, what are the concrete first steps? Where do they literally start?
First step, absolutely, is research your state's specific licensing requirements. Every state is different. Go to your state's Department of Insurance website. They'll outline the process. Usually it involves taking pre-licensing education courses. You can often do these online now.
Okay.
These cover insurance basics, laws, ethics, and the types of insurance you want to sell, like life, health, property, and casualty. Then you have to pass the state licensing exam for each type of insurance you want to sell.
So education, then exams, are there resources to help with that? It sounds a bit daunting.
Yeah, there are definitely resources. For exam prep, there are well-known providers like Kaplan Financial or InsuranceLicenseExpress.com. They offer courses specifically designed to help you pass.
Good to know.
And think about joining professional organizations. Something like the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, the NAIC, sets standards, or the Independent Insurance Agents and Brokers of America, the IIABA, or Big I. They offer support, networking, ongoing education, valuable stuff, especially when you're starting out.
Networking seems like it would be key in this field.
Hugely important,
Yeah.
both for learning and potentially for referrals down the line.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? Selling insurance as a side hustle. It really offers this interesting mix, doesn't it? That flexibility we talked about, the potential for serious, even residual income, and that maybe less tangible but still important aspect of genuinely helping people secure their financial future.
Yeah, connecting it to the bigger picture, it's a challenging industry, sure, but it's also dynamic. It rewards dedication, learning, really focusing on the client. It's definitely not just about making a quick buck. It's more about building a skill, building relationships, building a sustainable side business. It's a long game.
So what stands out to you about this? Is it the flexibility, the income potential, that chance to build something over time? Maybe take a few minutes after this to actually look up those licensing requirements in your state, see how it might fit into your life. It could be a really powerful way to hit your financial goals while doing something that, feels meaningful. And remember, there are lots of ways to boost your income. We cover many here on the Hustle Report, things like matched betting, affiliate marketing, virtual assistants, online surveys, always options to explore.
That's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Hustle Report. Catch you next time.